you have a nightmare scenario that's happening right now. Nightmare. It's a reality.
Well, and Lainey, when we were communicating via Slack, it was today or yesterday when I posted this up as a story idea. She was like, "Oh, this is great news for Hardlands Media," and I was like, "Oh, that's such a funny way to open this story." So great news for Hardlands Media.
What's the great news?
And independent media in general.
Okay.
The conglomerates are getting bigger. CBS and Viacom are merging. So the reason that's good news for independent media is these massive mergers tend to really disenchant viewership and also really waters down information, you know? So the boards of CBS Corp and Viacom Inc. Reached a definitive agreement on their long-awaited merger, which will form a $28 billion entertainment company controlled by the Redstone family's National Amusements Inc. Like that, $28 billion actually, in comparison with a lot of other conglomerate companies, isn't much. For example, NBC Universal is valued at $400 billion. Time Warner has $251 billion. So this merger actually was a strategy by Sherry Redstone, who's the daughter of Sumner Redstone, who was a media mogul. She had been really pushing this reuniting since 2016, just because both CBS and Viacom they had been united in 2006. They separated in order to, create more shares in the market, which actually succeeded. Viacom actually increased from. Oh, where's the original price? It started at about, I can't find the original, but it reached $26 billion, and CBS went from $6 billion to a value of $15 billion after they separated in 2006. Since then, the two companies were having a really hard time maintaining their share, maintaining the amount that they were bringing in. So then Sherry Redstone was like, we need to merge these two massive entities, and they have succeeded as of Monday.
You know, another reason why for mergers happening too is to create more of a corner market in online content. What I mean by that is similar to like how there's Amazon Prime or Hulu, well, there's CBS All Access, and they're trying to, I guess, create something akin that can go up against Amazon Prime, having original content, and kind of bringing back some of their shows that are only exclusively online. Because if you watch
what shows do they have online? Like, well, I worked for Viacom, so I know that all of theirs is television, as far as I know. Well,
one thing that this is a bad example, but the one thing I'm going to bring up is Star Trek, for example, because the problem with Star Trek is that a lot of people have been saying, well, it's not similar to Star Trek. I mean, there's an online conversation that's happening, how it's not similar to how it used to be, and the reason why is because the original property rights towards the Star Trek that we saw on TV was owned by different corporations. By having this merger now, CBS can probably bring back some of the Star Trek that people remember, because one of the shows, I think Star Trek Discovery, is losing viewership because people are saying it's not Star Trek, the writing is terrible, and a whole bunch of other stuff. That's a whole other conversation for another day, but it's one of the examples, for example. And numerous other content, they want to compete with Amazon, and they want to make sure that CBS All Access is able to still remain afloat.
And Amazon and Apple are valued at about $1 trillion, so they have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, yes. Exactly. So it's just a way to try and compete. Daniel?
Yeah, so a big thing that you brought up already that shouldn't be going unnoticed is that they see the new model. To a lot of these old guys who are old and dying, but they still see the new Netflix model as it's come out, and they go,
"That's right, Netflix,
I want that money." Yeah. So they're have their TV shows, like you mentioned, from Viacom, Kira, and their horrible YouTube takedowns, which we've experienced, but that's a separate subject. And but what they're looking at is, hey, can we double dip our money? Can we have the TV shows but also make money having a cloud service at the same time? Because they see Netflix making a lot of money. Apple's putting together Apple TV. You have Disney putting together whatever their Disney TV is going to be called. You have what it's going to be is it's going to go from here are the networks where you can buy television from, and they're all bundled together, to here are the online services that you can get television shows together, and they're all bundled together. So they're trying to replicate what exists on television and then make it happen in online space. And of course, that's going to be interesting because we're going to go from paying $70 for cable television to having an a la mode of $7, $10, $15 services.
So I want to bring up something very interesting, and it's, again, not related, but it's similar to this, because I'm noticing that CBS All Access is trying to compete, again, with Netflix, Amazon, Apple, Hulu, and, you know, they got a long road to go through to try and be as competitive as they are, and maybe this is a merger deal. They could, in theory. But one time, I guess way before we started even doing the online show as it is right now, I was watching one of our clips on YouTube. And I was taking notes from it because, you know, I just wanted to make sure. And I noticed an ad was playing, so I'm going to let the ad play. And it was the first episode of season 2 of Star Trek Discovery playing, and I thought, oh, like it'd be a 10-minute preview. It was the whole episode that was being played on the ad, and I'm wondering, well, wait, what's going on here? I'm watching a whole TV show for like a 10-minute video on YouTube, and this whole ad is being played. And I'm just wondering, well, how long is this ad going to keep on going and going and going? And it played for, I believe, the hour and 10 minutes that episode premiered.
That's strange.
It is. It really was, and I was so. It was. So
they showed that, like, they showed the episode to you without your consent.
Well, no, I guess so, or either that, or either that.
Now I have to watch.
Or either that, or either. I know it's weird, but YouTube has been acting weird. All this online media has kind of been acting weird. I think they were just trying to promote the fact that, hey, check out CBS All Access. You know, you got to see more of it. I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm not, thank you for the free episode, but I'm not interested. I already got to pay Amazon. I already got to have, I have a thing with HBO. No way, no dice. That's not going to happen. So it's stupid. But yeah, it's a good news for independent media. So if you support real investigative journalism, if you support real content that's going to bring you news that corporate media won't cover, well, support Hard Lens Media. We appreciate it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We have a Patreon.
Yeah.
Check it out.